just like way back in the days of old. How magnificently we will fold into the mistake.
Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of The Journey. I'm your guide, Dr. Jody Ashbrook. If you're just joining us here on The Journey, these videos are about me bringing to you all the things that have helped me along the way. Things like music, wellness, yoga, other healing tools, travel, inspiration, and putting all that together in 5 to 10 minute videos and packaging it up for you in the hopes that it may serve you along your journey. So I'm bringing you here. If you've been following me, you know I've been in Joshua Tree for a couple months now, bringing you here to one of my favorite spots at one of my favorite times of day, sunset. You can see the Joshua Tree in the background there. I'm pretty sure I'm sitting on a cactus at the moment, so I'll save you the details there, but there's a lot of pain I'm going through to make this happen for you. Anyway, bringing you up here at sunset is kind of symbolic for what we're going to talk about today, which is really about surrender and letting go. So if we think about the sunset being the closing of the day, the release, the letting go, the reflection of what's happened during the day as we make way for the new day forward, we can kind of parallel that out into our life and how sometimes the most impactful thing that we can do in certain situations is make the choice to let go, to surrender. And that let go, I want to clarify, doesn't mean give up or feel like you failed at something. But sometimes when we get in a place where we either want something really, really bad, or maybe we're very goal driven, we can have a tendency to push and push and push and almost be overactive, which causes more tension, more stress, more of that grasping and attaching feeling rather than a sense of release, letting go, being open, and allowing what is meant to happen. Now, I want to balance this message with some practicality, but also some spirituality and finding a middle ground between the two, because I think there's a lot to be said for the practicality of, hey, if you've got to take action to make things work and make things move, but at the same time, it has to be balanced with a sense of, label it however it makes the most sense to you, but hope, faith, belief that what your vision is and what you're doing and the action you're taking will manifest, come into form the way that it's meant to. So how do you know when to let go? That's part of what we want to answer here. And when I say let go, that can be anything that you feel like you're really pushing hard to make happen. So it could be a job, a person, a goal that maybe at one point was really, really important to you that as you've evolved and transformed and grown, maybe isn't as important to you anymore. So the way that you know when it's time to let go or back off, or maybe the word here is release or surrender. For those of you who have explored the wellness and yoga community before or are new into it, the concept of surrender is very, very common, right? We can have a tendency to force or push or fight. And one of the things we learn on the yoga mat is we actually end up doing more harm than good when we force ourselves into positions that our body's not ready to go into. So paralleling that into life, how do you know when it's time to let go? How do you know when it's time to surrender? Pay attention to how you feel when you're taking action toward a goal, or again, whether it's at a relationship or a job. How do you feel when you engage with taking that action? If you start to notice that it becomes more of a burden than something that you're getting enjoyment from, that's an indicator that you probably want to take a step back. If you're finding that you're taking action but nothing is moving, that's also an indicator that you probably need to take a step back. And maybe you reevaluate, re-strategize, determine if there are things that need to shift or change or be different in order for it to work. So maybe it's just a surrender or a letting go so that you can re-strategize and come at it again. So noticing how you're feeling, noticing what the outcome is, and paying attention to your motivation and your intention for your action. If, and this is really common, if you find that you are taking action or doing something or living your life in a way that is meant to fulfill what other people want you to do or what you think you should do, that's going to bring up feelings of that tension and that misalignment and that stress as well. So paying attention to, again, the motivation and the intention behind what you're doing. If the stress and the tension show up, take a step back, pause, look at where that's coming from. If it's not coming from a place of that it's not working, or if it's not coming from a place of unfulfillment, then again, look at the motivation and ask yourself, are my actions aligned with what's really important to me? And that becomes a much larger question that I think we're all following the journey on is, hey, who am I? Really trying to answer that question, hopefully for the rest of our lives, right? Who am I? What do I want? And how do I bring that to the world? This concept of surrender and letting go will help you kind of press that pause button in moments where we have a tendency to take action, and before we know it, we're taking action that either we don't really want to take, or it's causing us more harm than good, and in the end, we really don't get anything from it anyway. Pay attention to your body, pay attention to your motivation, pay attention to the outcomes. Those are the three things that are going to be indicators to help you understand, or at least signal, hey, maybe I need to let go, to surrender, to release this rather than pushing so hard. So I hope this was helpful. I'm actually going to turn the camera around so you can see this unbelievable landscape that I'm looking at. The moon is coming up. The blue and the pink and the purple of the sunset are right in front of me. You've got the golden hues behind me. And it's really just a magical place. So I'm so grateful that you had the opportunity to share it with me here. Look forward to seeing you all next week. If you haven't had a chance yet, check out the podcast, the Soul Sessions podcast that launched. And then the project that relaunched a couple weeks ago that's very near and dear to my heart, the Be brand, which is all about bringing fashion and purpose and messages with meaning together. So check that out on the site. Would love to hear your thoughts on how you're bringing your purpose and your vision into the world. So thank you again for joining me. Again, I hope this serves you. I'll see you all soon. Check it out, guys. There's the moon rising. Got the sky, that blue, the purple, the pink. Check out those chairs up there. Yes, lazy boy recliners all the way around. Beautiful. Here we are. Welcome to Joshua Tree. Thanks for joining me, guys. See y'all soon.
We were born before the wind, also younger than the sun.